What is that one? NSFW. Secret about yourself that you think would shock your family if they hear about it. I lost my virginity at 22 to a pregnant woman who I fisted and fucked in the ass. Still one of my greatest sexual achievements. 22 years dry for that moment. Worth every second of waiting, my friend. Even if I was having a panic attack through most of the foreplay. How sadistic and primal I am, and how submissive and masochistic my wife is. How many partners I have had. My family is conservative. The amount of people my wife and I have invited into our bedroom. Oh hi Mr. Rogers. I also became sexually active at a very young age. I was 12, she was 17 and my cousin. My mom and I moved in with her family after my dad abandoned us. My cousin and I were home alone for several hours after school. She introduced me to sex almost immediately, and we spent the next 10 months having sex before our parents got home from work. This was years ago, but my mom still praises my cousin for looking after me during that time. She'd be horrified if she ever learned what we actually did with each other. What? I can't hear you over the sound of banjos. Our daughter was born about 9 months after my wife taught a medical fetish class for a local fetish workshop club which prominently featured sounding. We kind of suspect that made the difference, as we'd been trying for a few years. Doctors hate him. First time I've laughed out loud at that joke. Thank you. That at the age of 13 I had my virginity taken by the 28-year-old trophy wife of a 45-year-old male relative, from which point we spent the whole summer holiday having sex anytime we could, her sneaking to my room, or us going to the beach / swimming pool / etc. And that the following year, when they got divorced, for completely unrelated reasons, that same male relative took me on holiday to Thailand, where we spent most nights in strip clubs and what I know now were go-go bars, and where I took a different girl back to my hotel room pretty much every night, that it turns out he must have been paying for. Until I grew up a bit, I genuinely thought I was just pulling fit Thai girls in the bars at 14 years old, pretending to be 18, and until now the rest of my family thinks that we were on a fishing holiday. Should we tell him? What? That his uncle put the trophy wife up to it? That I'm a virgin? They kind of just assumed, and I never really corrected them. Depends on her age. Surname checks out. Well, my immediate family knows, but if a lot of my family found out I was a heroin addict for 5+ years they'd probably never believe it. I still always worked, and kept up appearances so to speak. Glad you're clean now friend, 9 months clean here. Best thing to ever happen to me was getting a possession charge. Changed my life. I went from opposed to an upstanding person with a full-time job and a savings account. I'll never go back to the old me. Anyway, I know that was a bit much, but I always get joy out of seeing somebody make it be out of that mess alive. That I've had sex. This. And the number of people would shock them even more. I don't even think my friends would be prepared to hear the number, let alone my family. I don't think my friends would have a clue about the number either, haha. I've been paying for sex the past 7 years. I've visited close to 50 prostitutes in brothels, red light districts and their homes. In fact, I'm going to see one today. This guy fucks. How much money has this cost you over the past 7 years? Cheaper than marriage. Only my mom knows I was sexually assaulted by one person and raped by another, different times. If I told anyone else they probably wouldn't believe me / put the blame on me, while my sister would probably just struggle to fathom it actually happened. Plus people look at you differently when they learn something like that about you, and the last thing I need my family doing is treating me like I'm weak. It was a bad thing that happened to me, not something I deserved, not something I asked for, just something that happened and something I deal with. I'm so sorry some disgusting piece of shit violated you. I really hope they rot. Lots of good luck to you. It's pretty much always been the case for me that telling someone is bad. They assume I'm a delicate little glass doll after and eventually leave. Probably all the kinky stuff my husband and I do together. My parents are pretty conservative. Anal, using toys, semi-public sex, etc. Well, my mum discovered a check from Chatterbot, so she knows I was a cam girl. Read my Skype and saw I had a chlamydia scare after I lost my virginity and that I was self-harming. She also learnt about my sexual assault and my suicidal thoughts. Only things she don't know is how slutty I've been after my breakup last year and that time I was raped on a Tinder date. I'm sorry. Sending you hugs from here. You are a strong girl. The real question is how does your mom know what Chatterbit is? That my slightly shy, sweet, beautiful wife gets slapped around, called filthy names, has her throat and holes used, and gets abused in general and loves all of it. She refers to me pretty much exclusively as daddy during sex, along with plenty of kinda realistic rape play, or how much we've done anal stuff, ass to mouth, butt plugs, rimming, etc etc. We've also done threesomes with a friend that we deeply trust. I've blown the guy, he's the one I've satisfied my big curiosity with. My parents have met him and adore him. For me, it's the young age I lost my virginity at. I was in 8th grade, about to leave the country. Fucked my best friend of the time for a month before I left. That I'm kinky, I doubt they'd understand. Not that they're conservative or religious, they're just boring. Then again, who knows what they hide from me. That I'm sleeping with my BF's brother with my BF's full knowledge and encouragement. Sharing is caring. Yeah, can't imagine why someone called us degenerate recently. That my very sweet Christian girlfriend of 6 years humiliates my penis, busts my balls, forces me to swallow all of my cum, fucks my asshole, and spreads her legs for other guys making me watch. And I absolutely love it. I wouldn't want it any other way. Let's see. 1. My sweet, quiet Christian wife and I regularly engage in rape play. 2. When we go on family vacations with her parents, we also go on late night moonlight beach walks which are really just an excuse for her to wear a wicked weasel mesh bikini and get eaten/screwed on the sands or at the pool. 3. We incorporate pegging into our sex lives regularly. My wife loves to be dominated and treated roughly 90% of the time, but we both enjoy switching things up. For her birthday this year, I gave her complete control to do it however many times we did this. 4. We recently came into a new sexy times practice. We were over at her best friend's home. I had gotten there a few days prior to her friend returning. We happened to find some really cute panties she forgot to toss in the wash, which lead to a full-hour fashion show, and screwing in all of her friend's lingerie before it was carefully washed and put back. We've done that type of thing several times since then. There are more, but I think those would be the most shocking for my family. The underwear thing. That's really violating. They probably wouldn't believe I kept my virginity till I was 24. Married my wife, and down the hole we went. Roleplay, bondage, anal, pain play, pegging, gender bend, chastity, etc etc. I'm loving it. I've been sexual active since aged 14, and participated in an orgy at 18. I think my parents would kill me if they knew either. That I'm in a dom/sub relationship and greatly enjoy being flogged, although for some reason I feel like they wouldn't be surprised. I think they'd be more shocked if I came out as bi. My dom is male, and I've never expressed interest in women in front of them, so obviously they just assumed I'm straight. But if I had the chance to be with a beautiful woman, I'd jump at it. That I have a panty fetish, have bought them in person from ladies, and have met other guys who do the same. You would be amazed at the amount of ladies who sell their panties. I only buy panties that are clean, and are worn to the exchange place. You can figure out from there what I do with the panties. Other than that, completely normal guy. I wish my boyfriend would let me sell my panties. That I lost my virginity to a guy, I'm bi, when I was 14. My wife and I are poly, and see other people. Not many people in our family would really mind except for my extremely evangelical parents. That I've not only had gay sex, but that I've had sex with 60+ people since meeting my wife. Does your wife know about the gay sex? No, she doesn't. She knows there has been lots of other sex, but never showed interest in specifics. That I enjoy stuff going in my ass and can't wait to get pegged by my girlfriend. Also, I've eaten my girlfriend after I've come in her. That I have a small dick. Your dad knows. Got any similar stories? Leave it in the comments below.